Go ahead.
Hi everyone, my name is Vicky, as you know, and today I'm going to talk about self-love. Have you ever thought how are you treating yourself?
Yes.
Yeah, because we don't usually think about it, but it has a very big impact in every area of our lives. First of all, I want to talk about what is the real meaning of self-love, because it is not narcissism. It is very far from being you are the best. For me, self-love is try to discover yourself, be patient and honest with yourself, allow you to make mistakes like this. Try to overcome your fears, for example, and of course listen to your intuition and to your needs. Keep them in mind and take steps, keeping them on mind. For example, if we have anxiety, we could take steps like meditate, go for a run, maybe writing, but not refuse it. We also should think about how we want to be and how are our real wishes and values. And for example, think about how are our relationships, if we feel comfortable with our relationship, or we may prefer another type of them. So that's very important. Okay, now I want to tell you some actions that we can take in order to improve our self-esteem. On internet you can find a lot of self-routines that are very useful, so I encourage you to look for them. But for example, we can try mindfulness techniques like meditation, or maybe take care of our body by eating healthy, doing sport, or maybe take care of our skin.
Sorry, what did you say there? Mindfulness.
Mindfulness, yeah.
Okay, so mindfulness is a different concept. It's a different concept to self-love, isn't it? Mindfulness.
Yeah.
How could we describe mindfulness?
It is like a science, maybe, to be in the present moment and to be aware of what you are doing and why. And it also helps you to keep your mind calm and feel well with yourself, of course, and have a positive thought.
How can we do that?
There are a lot of techniques. For example, one of them is painting small things, because it reduces anxiety, or meditate. I think writing your thoughts is another type of mindfulness technique.
I know another one also,
Yeah,
which is
say it.
it's be present in the moment. So when you're eating, just take those 5 minutes to really flavor
I use
the
that.
food.
Yeah.
Taste the food.
Yeah, exactly.
For example,
What you're feeling and all.
when I eat, not here, but I always eat with sticks.
Oh wait,
Oh.
you don't eat here.
Yes.
No, here I'm not using sticks, but I use in my house. Yeah.
Always.
Always.
Oh,
Okay, these are called like the Asian
Chopsticks?
chopsticks.
Chopsticks.
Yes, which Chinese and
Because
Japanese
so
people
I
use.
take less food and I can enjoy the best.
The flavor of the food,
Yeah,
the taste
and
of the
be
food.
more present.
Yeah, and do you find that you eat more slowly than other people eat normally?
Always.
Sure, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like
Are there
it.
certain types of food that you don't touch, that you don't eat, that you avoid?
I mean, a type of food that I avoid.
Yes, any types of food. Vegetarians don't eat meat, right?
Yeah.
Do you have foods that you don't?
I try not to drink, for example, coffee or beer. I don't drink alcohol because it has bad energies. It's true. Yeah.
Okay.
Has bad energies according to science, according to
No, not
scientists
according
and
to
doctors.
science.
I mean, scientists and doctors drink
No,
beer, or
obviously-
maybe
obviously
Scotch whiskey,
it-
which is medicinal. Guinness is good for you.
Yes,
Guinness
it
gives
is.
you iron. You know, there's a lot of
there
iron
is
in Guinness.
There is a say that it says like Guinness a day keeps the doctor away, like they say with
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
things. So
The owners,
Yeah.
the owners of Guinness invented this.
I take their recommendations.
Well, I like Guinness. I don't feel bad when I drink. If anything, I feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody's
I
different.
try to avoid them, but if I eat something like that, doesn't matter.
Then you feel bad.
No, I don't feel bad. I love it
Happier.
Yes. Okay,
Okay, sorry.
don't worry. Another important step that we can take is, for example, celebrate every small achievement. Recognize them. I think this is a very, very important step that has really changed my life. Or, for example, we can have a diary of gratitude. Try to overcome our fears with compassion and with love. Let go expectation. Let the past go. Forgive us. This is very important. Also, for example, find what really helps ourselves. And of course, don't try to be perfect because, as you know, perfection doesn't exist, and you are always enough, always. Also, accept what happened in your life, and let it go and don't judge it. Okay, now I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience because I started working on myself a year ago because I had a lot of anxiety, bad relationship. I had a lot of fears. I was afraid of life in general, and I don't know why. I never feel enough, and I was wonderful, but I never feel enough. And now I feel very happy and very proud of myself. I really love people. I love everyone. I love everything, and I love the life. And that's a very great feeling. That's so cool. And I have never could thought that someday I will feel like I feel now. So I don't know, that's so cool, and I feel very grateful for that. For example, some things or some steps that I take are I sometimes record some audios for myself, for my future self. So when I feel bad, they remember me that I'm a strong person, I can overcome anything. They, for example, remember me some moments of my life that I felt really bad, but I could overcome it. So I think this really helps us because we need to listen that, and if it is from ourselves, it is better. Or maybe I, for example, write some messages in piece of papers and put them on my pockets, and I forget they are there. So if I feel bad, I sometimes look in my pocket and I can read a positive message. So
Yeah. But
yeah.
he loves technology. He'll put it on his phone.
Yeah, same. You can write it on your phone. It's
Yeah.
the same. Yeah.
It's not the same. It's not the same to receive a letter or an email.
Yeah,
An
because-
email. It's not the same to receive a WhatsApp and a postcard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Go
true.
to the town and buy postcards. Read postcards. Write with your own hand. Yeah. And touch them and send them to your loved ones, to your family and friends, and they touch it and they see what you have touched and they can see your handwriting.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah.
It's like more meaningful.
Exactly.
I think it's
Right.
closer. It's more
Yeah,
human.
because you
Yeah.
can,
It's just
you can
you know.
read, you can read your letter and
Yeah.
it's so cool. I like it.
Yeah.
The paintings I made small paintings.
Yeah, I can't read. You know, like tablet. It's because I'm older as well. I'm sure, but I feel uncomfortable when people say, "Oh, look, read this. Read this. It's a book, right? And it's a page from a book of some kind, and it's on the tablet." Well, no, I prefer to actually
Yeah.
turn
Yeah, I
pages
prefer
and,
that too.
and
Yeah.
then put the book on the shelf, and
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
you know,
Yeah.
it just
Yeah.
feels more human, more natural.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To me,
Yeah, yeah. For me
But I
too.
understand the convenience and how easy it is, or easier it is, just to put it in a device, yeah,
Yeah.
like a phone or a tablet or something. But
I think
I actively resist this, and so I have what? Well, you should see my desk at home is full of little bits of paper. You know, I've got little bits of paper in here as well. You know, and or in here. You know.
Yeah.
This is my shopping list for today. so I don't look at my phone for this. I just have a piece of paper and look at it. But anyway,
I think you have to choose what works for you.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's part of knowing what you're doing, because
Yeah.
sometimes we don't think about why we do something.
Exactly. That's it.
Mhm.
Okay. Or for example, in the morning, I do positive affirmations in order to feel confident.
Mm.
That's so cool and it works. Yeah. And now I feel that I really feel that I do exactly what I want to do. I'm the person that I want to be, and I feel free. I feel the freedom in me, and that's so cool. I feel very very grateful for all that. I really encourage you to practice self-love because it has changed my whole life, and I couldn't never think that. Okay, so as a conclusion, I want to talk a little bit about the benefits of self-love. Of course, it makes you live more aware and be consistent with your own wishes, and of course improve every area of your life because, as you know, the most important relationship for you should be yourself, because we are going to spend our whole life with ourselves, so we should be our best friends. That's all. Thank you
very
very much.
Very well done.
I hope you have enjoyed my presentation and learned a little bit.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good. Please, question.
So, has anyone a question?
Yeah.
I do. Yeah.
Right. Now, 3 girls, 2 boys. You have the first question, I have the second one. You have
All
the
right.
first one.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, what would be the best tip you would give to related to self-love?
Okay. I think one a small thing we can do is to have a diary of gratitude. Also write the things because you feel proud. I mean, I usually, not every day, but when I feel bad or maybe when I feel like to do it, I take my diary of self-love and write the date, and then I write today I feel grateful because of, write the whole things that for which I feel grateful in that day. But they are small things. For example, for having breakfast, for have a bed to sleep. It really works because make you feel like you are enough and you have a lot of things, so you don't have to look for more things or achieve goals. You are always enough, and I do the same with the things for which I feel proud. I mean, I literally write because of having breakfast. We don't usually stop to think about that, but we don't. I mean, we don't have to have breakfast, for example. Or maybe if you have an exam and you want to study, for example, 2 hours, but you don't feel like it, and you finally study a half an hour. So you maybe will feel bad, but you should study. I'm proud of me because I have studied a half an hour, because you could have do less. The concept of enough doesn't exist. I mean, you have to do something, you have to recognize that.
Did you bring your diary of gratitude here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
write,
keep them every day.
and you write with a pen.
What?
You write your diary with a pen, not in a device.
No, we have pen.
So it's like a notebook, right? Or
Yeah, it's a note from Alejo.
Oh, cool.
Because they have positive messages.
Yes,
Yeah.
like quotes. Yeah.
So cool.
Okay. Do you want to ask?
Richard.
Okay, history.
Yeah, talk about self-love.
Yeah.
Do you think that a lot of people nowadays, they think too much about themselves sometimes and not enough about other people? Isn't it a better therapy, I'm suggesting, to sometimes allow, instead of thinking, oh, this is good for me, I enjoyed it, write it down, things like that, this is positive. Perhaps what we need in a world which appears to me to be more and more selfish and me, is to be saying things to other people and doing things for other people.
Exactly.
And maybe the gratitude that you feel, or the well-being that comes from helping other people,
Yeah, exactly.
is greater than
Yeah.
saying, oh, well done, Richard. It's people saying, thank you, Richard, because I helped you. You say, thank you, I appreciate it. No, I worked in a secondary school in Aranjuez for 2 years as a language assistant. And a lot of the young students, the teenagers, were obsessed with themselves, but in a selfish way.
Yeah,
You
well,
know,
that's
thinking
not
about
selfish.
me.
Never.
And you hear conversations, oh, my parents, I'm asking my parents for this, they don't give me that. I ask my parents for something else, my parents don't. And I said, I remember on 2 or 3 occasions, I said to a teenager, why are you always thinking about what your parents can do for you or give to you? Why do you never think about doing something for them? And blah. It's almost natural for a lot of young people to think, what can I receive, not what can I give?
Yeah.
I think that's just maybe related to what you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
Yeah? I mean, if you buy things for yourself, let's say a unit of happiness, I buy something for myself, I feel good. Now I have a nice coat, or I have, something that you possess, or that you consume, that you eat, or you use, and that makes you feel better, more comfortable, happier, or whatever, very often it's false.
Yeah,
Yeah?
I think so.
And so if you actually give,
Mm,
what you receive in exchange
mm,
in the act of giving is greater than buying
Yeah.
something or
Mhm.
taking something for
Yeah.
yourself. You know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
In fact, I love, other people because I love me, and I know that I can't love me if I don't love.
I can't love myself.
I can't love myself if I don't love other people.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
But what
exactly.
comes first?
Anything.
I
The
think-
self-love or
No.
loving someone else?
Anything, because love is the same.
It's like the egg and the
Chicken.
And the
Chicken
chicken.
and the
Yeah.
egg.
What came
Exactly.
first? Yeah.
yeah.
And now I love to present things to the people.
Yeah, yeah, to give people presents, or give
Exactly,
people
give people
gifts.
presents.
Yeah.
Mm.
And you get a satisfaction or a joy or a good
Yeah.
feeling from this.
For example, when someone give me something, I feel very, very well. In the past, I feel well, and now
Yeah.
because I do a lot of things for people, I feel better even when they do things for me. It's a little weird, but
It's
It
two
was-
ways.
yeah.
It's going two ways, out and coming back, out and
Yeah.
coming back.
Mm.
Yeah?
So
Good.
next question.
Yes, sorry.
So, have you tried to show some tricks or to your friends related
Yeah.
to self-love?
Yeah.
And do they apply them? Like, do they use them?
Yeah. Because I have always been interested in spiritual things and skills for improve your confidence. So I love talking about this topic. Yeah, they have seen how much I have changed in this last year. So they sometimes tell me, "Vicky, how are you so happy? How do you live in that mood?" Maybe when they have a problem, they ask me for a solution. Yes,
Some advice.
some advice, yeah.
Uh-huh.
And I give them some tips like the diary of gratitude.
Yeah.
And yeah, they use them. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Cool.
Okay, you talked about sorry to just before you ask.
don't worry.
Meditation, which form? Is there a form of meditation you use or a certain technique of meditation?
For example, I meditate every day when I get up, only closing my eyes and listening to a meditation on internet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you spoken to Thelia from 15A
Yeah.
who listens to natural sounds?
Yeah.
Have you talked to her
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that? She
yeah.
talked
She's my
about
friend.
She talked. I didn't. Obviously
Yeah.
I wasn't there, but her presentation was about
Yeah,
that.
was about that, I know.
How to feel better, how to meditate, how to feel relaxed.
And that helps to you to start your day in a positive way. For example, I like to go for a walk alone. Collect flowers, or I don't know, see the
Or
nature.
smell the flowers also?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you feel closer to nature now than
Yeah.
before.
And yeah, I feel connected with the life, and I feel that life takes care of me.
Really good.
Do we belong to the planet, or does the planet belong to us?
Both, I think so.
Which is the most, Elon? Which
Maybe
is the
we are
most
the planet
important?
too.
Do we belong to the planet, or does the planet belong to us?
I would say that we belong to the planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the
I
same.
think we are part of the planet.
In fact, there is a quote. I don't know how to translate it. I'm gonna later. I'm gonna check it and I'll tell you.
Okay.
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 Your
Did you have one final question?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still? Do you know? Wait. Do you think self-esteem, self-love is still a taboo topic?
Yeah, I think
And why?
so. I don't know exactly why, but we don't usually talk about it. I think it's very difficult to have a good self-esteem because nobody teaches you how to do it.
Yeah.
There are some steps that we can, and something that we need to understand. I had to, I had to understand a lot of things that I didn't know. So someone taught it. Maybe it is still a taboo because we don't stop to think about it, and we are the whole day following society rules, thinking about what others think about us, not about how we really feel. That's the life. I mean, that's the life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. I have a very quick
Yeah,
one.
I'm worried.
How did you first start thinking about self-love? Were you introduced by someone else who had tried or practiced self-love before? Or did you just discover it one day for yourself?
Okay. Since I was a child, I had some weird things related to have, for example, a big intuition.
A big
Intuition.
intuition.
I, for example, had dreams that become true later, or things like that. I'm a past person. That means a very sensitive and empathic person. So I have very big feelings. So I don't know. It's
Very strong feelings.
yeah, strong feeling. So it's a topic that has always been part of me.
So, how big for you is the material life, and how big is the spiritual life?
The spiritual life is for me more important. Yeah, of course. But also the material life. But it's like for me, material life is like a game. I don't know why. The spiritual life is like the real life that not many people know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Is
Very
that all?
interesting. Yeah.
Thank you.